I noticed a lot of Japanese people recently talking about bathing habits. Well, the term above my head,風呂キャンセル界隈, is the reason why. I talk about a lot of buzzwords on this channel, and this is probably one of the ones that has buzzed the most, as this phrase is now known throughout Japan, being the subject of articles in major newspapers like the Mainichi Shimbun, etc. Simply put, 風呂キャンセル界隈 refers to people that miss a bath, or miss many baths. The first parts, bath and cancel, are pretty easy to explain, and kaiwai is a term that literally means like neighborhood or vicinity. Since around 2020 has seen more and more use to refer to groups of people that do things. For instance, katame kaiwai refers to people that take pictures of themselves with one of their eyes covered. Tenshi kaiwai refers to people that wear clothing that has kind of a white and blue pastel vibe to it. Shizen kaiwai is just people that like to go outside. But there's a slight difference, I guess, with Furo Kyanseru kaiwai in that it's not people that like to not take baths, it's just if you ever miss a bath, you can become this. Another difference between this kaiwai and the other ones I talked about is that we know where this one comes from, because the origin of the term is in a tweet that, depending on who you trust, the Mainichi Shimbun or the Pixiv Dictionary, was made on either the 28th or the 30th of April 2024. And the reason we don't know for sure is that the tweet itself is now gone. All that remains is the screenshot that the Mainichi newspaper used in their article discussing this term. Indeed, the person seems to have deleted their entire account. But, at least if you trust these websites, the tweet got over 300,000 likes before disappearing. And in this case, I do think the legacy media is the one that's correct here, because I have confirmed that there were no uses of Furo Kyanseru kaiwai before the 28th of April 2024, and the first uses of it on Twitter, and indeed on Google, etc., are on the 29th, and they are quoting something which has been deleted. So I'm guessing this deleted part is our missing information, and that probably came from one day before, rather than from, one day after in the future. And indeed, websites referencing the first tweet note that the tweet was talking about using a dry shampoo instead of taking a bath, and the quote tweet is talking about that too, confirming that relationship. This led to streams and streams of posts over the next few months with people talking about how they are also members of this Furo Kyanseru kaiwai, and became so popular that the wonderful Irastoya even made clip art of it. And if you're not familiar with Irastoya and its popularity, getting turned into an Irastoya clip art is basically like winning the Oscars for being a slang term. And while yes, Furo without the O is the norm here, I can confirm that the O was attached by people just 2 days later on April 30th of the same year, as you can see in this post where someone has already made a stamp for it. The popularity doesn't end there though. There was a Wikipedia article made for it on July 24th of 2024, and it is full of notes about why people would miss a bath, involving recent interviews with Japanese academics showing that this term went so mainstream that academics got interviewed about this kaiwai, including websites like NTV and even Yahoo or Forbes Japan, with one of the surveys noting that just being exhausted or finding drying your hair to be a pain being two of the major reasons that people miss a bath. This also popped off with the young people though, as the Gyaru-focused magazine Egg listed it as the top slang term of 2025, and has made a bunch of videos where they interview Gyaru about why they joined, or how long they joined, the Furo Kyanseru kaiwai. And variants appeared right away too. While everyone misses a bath here or there, unfortunately one reason that people miss a lot of baths and then join this kaiwai is that they are depressed. And again, within 2 days of this term jumping onto the internet, Utsubyo Furo Kyanseru kaiwai came up as a term for people who are missing baths because they are depressed. With this tweet here, advice from someone who was part of this kaiwai, advice on how to make sure you take a bath. And all this, of course, spawned actual research on why Japanese people miss baths. Is this study finding that, while 50% of people saying they really never do, 22% do note that they miss at least once a week. I don't think that's particularly surprising or large, but the important thing here is that this research would have never been done if it wasn't for this buzzword, buzzing off. Now, since Furo Kyanseru kaiwai was not used in the original tweet, you might wonder how people started to jump on and create this term within 24 hours of the tweet kind of going viral. And I think I know the reason. It's just a theory, but I think I know. And the reason is Furo Kyanseru, or canceling your bath, is a term that has existed way longer than this, at least back to 2008, 2009. That's as far back as I can find. And this term has been around long enough to spawn its own phrases. This tweet here from 2011 uses terms like hamigaki kyanseru, kigai kyanseru, and suimin kyanseru, skipping brushing teeth, skipping changing your clothes, and skipping going to sleep. And while none of these terms are as popular as Furo Kyanseru, they all do exist. They are used here and there. Additionally, as I mentioned, kaiwai started to see a lot of use around 2020 or so. Google Trends shows constant interest because, again, it's just a normal word, so we don't know for sure, but interest has over doubled in the last 4 years. So I feel like this tweet is kind of a flashpoint for you have people that are Furo Kyanseru-ing, you have kaiwai being a word, and then all of a sudden someone gives a reason for the Furo Kyanseru hito to join together, talk to each other, and become a kaiwai. Even if it's a kaiwai that people hop in and out of all the time. Indeed, Japanese slang terms which discuss not taking a bath are not a new phenomenon. Back in 2023 on my blog, I covered the word day 2, which was popping off as a term for the second day of not taking a bath. This word was again quite popular with the young people. The aforementioned egg listed it as its third biggest term for the year. And I gotta admit, back then I had trouble finding people using it in the wild. And even now, if you look onto Twitter, the majority of uses of day 2 by Japanese people are to refer to the second day of an event, as you can see in all the images that are popping over my head right now. But I was able back then to find people using this, and if you search for day 2 and furo in the same tweet, you will find people using it to refer to the second day of not taking a bath. So there were people out there using slang terms specifically to refer to not taking a bath before Furo Kyansuru Kaiwai appeared, again just waiting for that chance to become a kaiwai, and a tweet that went viral and involved a bunch of people discussing their not bathing habits was that chance. Also, just in case you're curious, did you know that you can verb the word furo in Japanese? I found this poll, which apparently millions of people took, it's an online poll, I wouldn't trust that, asking if you can verb ofuro. And most people said no. But as a sociolinguist, I have to say that they're wrong, because here's people verbing it online. Indeed, here's the negative form, and here's ofurotteru, which means that someone is obviously not a member of the Furo Kyansuru Kaiwai. So again, if you've seen people talking about this in Japan, I wouldn't be surprised. It has entered the mainstream and the slang stream, but now you know where it comes from. That said, of course, while everyone misses a bath here or there, something that's happened to all of us, obviously missing baths regularly because you're depressed, something that has come up in this discussion, is unfortunate, as it can not only be caused by that depression, but then feed into and cause that depression itself. So for all of you out there who are worried about Furo Kyansuruing and joining the Furo Kyansuru Kaiwai, let me try to motivate you by telling you no, that doesn't have to be you. You absolutely Furo can.